What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review the debut album by American rock band Smile Empty Soul. Basically, this product is called Self-Titled, and it came out in the spring of 2003. Now, within Fairs About It Here pitches like that, this is a request by Larry the Batman fan as far as he's pitching out. I want to get to some of these type fairs within as far as he's pitching out. There's a series of these within these aspects of vicious type ordeals. But paying attention to the product here, hitting type album, definitely some good type flares about this product. Very nostalgic within these pitches, a throwback type album. Now, I don't have as much complex memories with this particular album, but it's within pitches of a lot of familiarity within pitches like that. Some of these type aspects referring back to the days of early 2000s kind of post-grunge and new metal, referring back to familiar kind of early 2000s days of post-grunge and new metal, kind of double whammy within pitches like that. Obviously bands like Puddle of Mudd, Nickelback, Stained, some of these type folks, other folks like particular like Korn and like Godsmack and folks like that, some of these type folks, Three Doors Down, a bunch of folks like that, Soil, some of these type ones, Drowning Pool, a bunch of folks like that. So just the familiarity, good pitch like that. So this excellent type varieties getting towards some of these type aspects in the tone as far as these pitches album. Classic type album, just like so many type varieties within these tones about it. Kind of pitch. Now within the fair about it, this album, I'm not as full bound sure. It seemed more like this particular band, not to say it was a full bound one hit wonder, but kind of there were numerous. There was a pretty large explosion of numerous type post-grunge and new metal type bands and alternative metal affairs like that. So it's within pitch as far as saying definitely some of these type folks that kind of would have their hits, but the charts were probably, if one band out of all these particular ones had at least one or two songs in the charts, it was kind of the fair that the list had to get up to like 35, 45 pitches like that. So it's less having to do with the aspect of them being one-hit wonders, more just the factoid that there was just a lot of bands within these aspects. So it's kind of pitched for a sense. I don't consider it as full bound, but the quality is definitely on here. All three of the singles off this particular album charted in like the U.S. main and alternative charts, pitches like that. So some good type ordeals. Bottom of Bottle almost hit like the Billboard 100, some of those type ordeals. So it's good pitches like that, but good type varieties as far as these pitches happen. So it's just Sunlick type album pitches like that. Good type fairs as far as paying attention, like the variety. Fits right in with the number of these folks like Godsmack, Creed, some of these type folks pitches like that, Soil, some of these type folks in particular, Drowning Pool, some of these type aspects in the tone as far as these pitches can have, and plenty of these type ones within the aspect as far as talking about. Definitely Puddle of Mudd. And the fair about this particular album, this is a true post-grunge type album within a pitch. Usually when you think of post-grunge, it's like the after effect to like the later type moments evolving from like the sound of like Kurt Cobain and like Dave Grohl, some of those type folks in particular, like a little bit of Lane Staley in there. Not as much Alice in Chains, but definitely vibes of Foo Fighters and Nirvana pitches like that. There's some vibes in here that really harnesses the particular folk from this band. So you can look up Sean Danielson pitches like that. So it's within the fair as far as saying. There are some choruses on here that really feel like a Nirvana song ripped out of 92 or 93, something like that within those pitches. Definitely songs like Radio in a Hole, and particularly there's another one on here, some of these type pitches, like I'd probably say, like probably Your Way, some of these type pitches, some of these club type ones within pitches like that. But it's excellent type varieties. This is a backyard rumble of an album, definitely some of those type pitches, the way a good assortment of new metal type songs within these pitches will kind of have these type ones that get torched up. Now within the full bound type sense, this is actually surprisingly not as much of like a heavily kind of tear up type album. I think kind of within the pitch it has like some good kind of summer pluck and frolic type vibes, but it's actually a pretty dewy and balmy type album within the pitch. It is having like the good embark, so it's kind of pitch. This has a little bit more embark within the product of just the day type scene, but it's kind of pitch. It's a straightforward type album within the product of getting towards the product of getting it done, but it's kind of the fair as far as saying the day tackle on here kind of gave me more straightforward kind of day tackle on here within pitches, but the variety about it, it's kind of within the fair. There's some tear kind of on here, and it's definitely some good type pitches, but the aspect, it's not. It's more of like a social kind of tear-up type album. It's just them pitch as far as saying if the crowd's there, some of these type folks them pitch as far as saying getting tore up, some of these type pitches with them variety, but it's not as if it's complete. It's a very fun type album. It kind of has the pitch. It is like some of these type ones. It's kind of pitch. The thing about this particular album is fairs when you think of bands like Creed and Nickelback, some of these type folks, Puddle of Mudd, some of these type folks, it's kind of the pitch. Usually when you have those post-grunge type whales, this has that particular aspect amongst like the post-grunge type fare, but it does it in like a more new metal type path, so it's just a little bit spicier the way you think of rumble type bands like Godsmack and Drowning Pool, Stones type one. So it's kind of the pitch, kind of taking like the bite of like the post-grunge type smear of like the muzak type fare, and then just having like a new metal's kind of attitude about it, which is good type pitches. So this kind of has it in less kind of like a burrowed and kind of more like doldrums type aspect. So it just kind of takes that bite as far as having like a spark to the energy as far as like the fair is going to happen within like the pitch as far as as talking about like the muzak type fare. So it's good type pitch, kind of combining. It's not every band that's kind of post-grunge and new metal at the same time, so it's pitched like that. So it's just a variety keeping that muzak type fare interesting. So it has the day tackle about it, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying it is kind of within that fare, just like afternoon type ROMs pitched like that. So just McDonald's type fare more so than it's a little bit more vanilla kind of post-grunge, but this kind of pitch as far as saying still some good type variety. So paying attention towards the classic type fare. Sound gets 10 out of 10 good pitches. I don't remember his full bound which particular song Larry the Batman fan recommended to me. He may not. I think it was more or less that he just recommended this album within pitches just to be able to say there were 3 singles off this album. So just being able to say 10 out of 10 albums. So looking after here, Bottom of a Bottle is the most popular song off this album. Bottom of a Bottle is the most popular song off this album according to the chart appeal pitches like that had the most. Now within the fare, surprisingly this album is not on Spotify, which is kind of strange within those pitches kind of variety. I kind of question why that particularly kind of happened, but the pitch as far as saying it is on YouTube pitches like that. But Bottom of a Bottle is like a good Creed and Puddle of Mud kind of fusion to get here. Just some summer back road kind of dust, I'd say, pitches like that. Just kind of get some shine as far as these pitches happen. So it's just the mist like the fare like the sunlight. So this is kind of an Outback type album. It's also the pitch as far as saying it's a little bit more, not like more or less kind of within the variety of like, not so much full bound farm like within the aspect, but kind of the tone of this more stretching type, gravel road type places, less kind of popular, more within the fare, just like township more so than shit. More so of township, more so than city ship pitches like that amongst things that right. So this kind of pitch of this appreciating like the Outback sun stuff fairs, but yeah, just some back road kind of dust pitch like that, but just get some sunlight. Nowhere Kids, the hitting touch single, second single off the sound good pitch, like some solid sunlight to get and baking kind of with an aspect, just backyard kind of marinade, I'd say here, tacos, jalapenos, some of these good type products, just some like some daytime kind of laxing pitches like that. Yeah, it's like some good daytime laxing pitches like that. I'd say some of these stuff first. So it's just miss the pitch. So just getting, like when you think of some of these traditional type rumbles amongst folks like, when you think of some of these traditional kind of backyard type rumbles from folks like Korn, Godsmack, Evanescence, Linkin Park, some of these type fairs within the pitch as far as these varieties kind of happen. Other excellent type products, Soil, some of these type ones, Drowning Pool, it's kind of within pitch. But it's kind of more probably 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, having some spare time, miss the fair, just getting like June, July kind of summer sunshine pitch like that, August type fair sunny type pitch. So good aspects there just within the pitch bottom, but definitely good type pitches, throw some jalapenos in there, pitch like that, just has some spice kind of products, just extra type fair, good pitches like some tear up. Probably throw in like a light beer or two or smearing off some stuff pitched on top of that, good varieties. Silhouettes is a good nice one here, third single pitch like that. It's like a nice post-grunge kind of smear and typical kind of routes and routine to get within these products. Just light kind of muzak, I'd say. Definitely good for some Mickey D's type fair pitch like that. Just kind of a hot type song. So this kind of pitch as far as saying just a traditional type pitch. Kind of gives like throwback type vibes to 70s, 80s kind of stretcher stones type aspects, but just in the tone as far as saying just the product of this kind of out in the fray of like the muzak type commute and fairs like that amongst it. So it's good products as far as those pitch gonna happen. Excellent type fare about it. Throwback type fare to like particular varieties amongst post grunge type aspects. It's kind of more within good traditional kind of muzak type fare pitch like that. Should just take you right back to the How You Remind Me type days. Too Bad by Nickelback, some type fairs pitches like that amongst some type products about it. But it's kind of the pitch. Silhouettes is more in the traditional type variety amongst like more routine kind of post-grunge pitch like that with some good type of deals. So paying attention. 14 songs off this album. Recommend all 14 pitch like that. So 10 out of 10 albums, some of these type fairs. So particularly, there's some ones on here like Radio in the Hole is real excellent type ones, like an excellent summer romp to get and on the embark kind of aspects pitch like that. Just a grizzly kind of day pep, I'd say here. Just have like Slim Jim's fairs like that. Just Nirvana-esque within these tones about it. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying very similar to Control by Puddle of Mud, some of those pitches, and in Control by Puddle of Mud, some that pitches, and In Bloom by Nirvana pitch like that. Sounds just that good summer shine pitch like that. Just good throwback type vibes, definitely within pitch. Just good familiar type ass-ness, good aspects about it. Another nice one off here is Erasers, good type pitches. This one reminds us Seether pitches like that. It's a good day pluck to kind of get here, just a hop and bop, kind of grab like some Smirnoffs, nail polish for a flame pitches like that. Since that fair's just missed the fair, kind of a slow day type one. I like the rhythm about this particular song. It's a real standout type one within the appeal, just like some grooving about it, just kind of the aspect, but this moving more sluggish type pace pitch like that. Just appreciate like the neighborhood type fare to some of these type romps. There are some songs on here kind of within like the back road type qualities, just grocery store type runs within the pitch. It is picking up probably not too much more than Mountain Dews, Hot Pockets, some of these type fares pitch like that among some of these type varieties, but just appreciating like the summer fare within some of these type products about it. It's definitely like a good nice one to just pick up like a couple grape swishers, some of those type pitches within the product, just standard fares like that, nail polish for Bay nearby, shopping mall type product, Hot Topics, some of these type fares about it. Good radio grab off here is I Want My Life pitches like that. It's like a neighborhood strut along kind of get, just Three Doors Down, similar with songs like Be Like That off of their Better Life album from the year 2000. So this song's like a homely kind of food for less type song pitch like that. So this stress to like places like that. Some stuff pitch just good jaunt. Some of these stuff airs pick up like Mountain Dew, some pitch black. Some of these stuff airs pitches like that. Some of the stuff varieties. Good aspects for those first kinds. So just kind of missed the pitch. It's real soft spoken type one within pitch like that. It's more within the familiarity of more like adult contemporary type charts pitch like that. Not quite as much rhythm and his bite towards it within like the snap of this like ferocity, but just kind of a good type pitch that just like some acoustic kind of post grunge kind of kick back. Real nice one off here is Every Sunday. Good pitch like this here. This is a good nice one. This is like a solid kind of combo with Silhouettes, I'd say. Pitch like that. It's the post-grunge kind of sticky and languid type day. Some of the stuff here is just kind of some scoring about this song. But this aspect just being like kind of like just a more oppressive type day pitch like that. Just pretty blistering type heat or relative fares about it. Just have like some lays nearby with that on top of the phrase versus pitch. So just some of those type products. Puddle Mud is really good at these type songs with just like the summer baking pitches like that. But this just feels like one of those type ones like Home and particular Mud Shovel by Stain. Some of those type folks in the aspect for those tones going to happen. Therapy is a nice one as well within these pitches, like a good venue tear up to get here in Backyard Royal, I'd say within pitches like that. The spicy nachos and stuff, there's jalapenos, definitely pitches like that. Have like some Keystones fairs like that and some crap memes as far as these first guys. So just miss the pitch, just wilding out with your pals, some of these type pitches. This is probably just more kind of loiter within the legality of it type sense. It's probably more homebound kind of loiter, but just the pitch as far as saying just good phrase, the BSing and this crap memes kind of throw out. Now within the pitch, obviously within variety, paying attention, some folks may not think the memes are crap within those pitches, but this kind of more within the aspect, this kind of reckless type memes within the pitch of this. Not really competition about it, but just being stupid first like that since that price, but just the pitch about it, just being able to say this memes to like 1 star or whatever type movies, some of those type pitches just kind of appreciate like the fair, but obviously not to come out and say, well, it's time for the crap memes, but you know, just the pitch as far as just picking out this kind of, it's not to say within the phrase designating crap means, so just kind of pitch this tackiness, fares like that, good pitches about it, but just kind of afraid, just good aspects. I don't know if I talked about Your Way, but it's a nice one as well. Your Way is like a good venue foot tap to get in buzz song. Your Way is like a good venue foot tap to get in buzz song within these pitches. Just have like a cold brew, something stuff. There's popcorn, definitely would be good. Wings, something stuff. Aspects, it's kind of a backyard bubbler, definitely pitch like that. Cosmic Brownies for like a gal pitches like that, something stuff. There's just with an aspect, this extra type phrase. Yeah, but songs like Your Way is some good club step out pitch like that, definitely some rile up. Some of these stuff here works pretty excellently for like traditional kind of new metal kind of backyard rumble pitches like that. This Is War is a hitting type one. Yeah, there's some good Nirvana vibes about Your Way as well, good pitch like that. Some grunge type aspects, good excellent phrase. This Is War is a hitting type one. It's like a good Godsmack and Creed kind of summer backroad and I'd say pitch like that in tracks. Grab like some Fritos first like that, good nice song to stew to. Kind of some gal favorites kind of throw in some step pitches. This traditional type variety is something more in the alternative metal type sense, but just the aspects for staying within some type fair is just, yeah, simple kind of snack run aspects like that. Definitely pick up like simple corn chip, Frito type fair, original type ones or whatever, pitch like that. Chili cheese, good pitch like that. Just the aspects for saying this good product to kind of have like extra thought type fair just out in the fray, but yeah, definitely gal fairs, some of these type pitches, pick up some pens or fairs like that, some type aspects from the tone, napkins, some type products from the pitch, the type aspects. Trying to think of some other type ones I haven't talked about on here. I don't think I'll talk about the other side. It's a nice one. The other side is like amidst like some day slog kind of get this Puddle of Mud kind of blurry song type vibes pitch like that. Not quite as tugging as that particular song, but definitely like some makeshift transits pitch like that. Just an overall lit type one. So the other side definitely works like a pretty good radio grab pitch just like that. Some miss some of these stuff phrase excellent type pitches within some of those. Just yeah, definitely like blurry pitch like that. Just not quite as much of like it's not quite as blockade. It's not like it's not affable within the pitch, but just kind of variety, just not good cousin that for further type varieties within hit type appeal, that song that pitch like that. For you as a hitting type ones, like a simmering kind of porch and vehicle kind of extra thought to get here. Some of these type fairs is good Tibble kind of post grunge smear, I'd say. Pick up like McDoubles pitch like that. Some of these type fairs about it. For you is definitely like some traditional kind of stewing type varieties, just homebound or out in the fray pitches like that amongst some of these type aspects and tone just within the fair as far as like the hitting type appeal. This next move is kind of muzak, extra thought pitches like that, and I'd say particularly another nice one on here is All My Problems pitches like that. It's like a rumble and day and muzak kind of excite to get here, just Tool and Puddle of Mud type vibes to some of those type pitches. Just songs to listen to 1 o'clock at noon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock p.m. pitch like that. Since the pairs just good grungy kind of embark some stuff aspects on the tone. To this good embark pitches like that amongst some stuff pairs. So this kind of aspect to like particular fair or just kind of within the lunch rush, some of the stuff pairs just kind of pitch the way Tool would kind of have like those passive aggressive kind of rumblers pitches like that, just kind of get you excited, but still within the fray, like the muzak and makeshift type modes, it's good type pitches. But yeah, just kind of grunge flavor kind of embark within pitches like that, Sunset Fridays. Yeah, Puddle of Mud similar also within Sunset pitches. I think there's another type one I haven't talked about in here, which is Eraser. Not sure if I did talk about Erasers, a pitch like that. I think one of the last ones I haven't talked about on here is With This Knife. So With This Knife is like a Nickelback and Puddle of Mud style kind of dewy afterthought to kind of get here, just some post-radio kind of flair. So this particular one feels a lot similar to like Nickelback within like the vibes of how they were with Silver Side Up and like their 2003 album. I forget what that one's called, but the pitch as far as saying With This Knife's definitely like a good heartland and kind of post-grunge, just, yeah, early 2000s kind of stretch type song pitch like that. Sunset Fridays, just kind of vehicle-bound pitch like that amongst like the fray, just like day tackle, but just more mid-late afternoon kind of stewing pitches like that. Sunset Fridays from the aspects process first kind of, but just further radio type glam, just kind of within pitches, that usual typical kind of makeshift, the usual typical kind of muzak type snap out of pitch like that. Some good type variety. So within the pitch as far as saying 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. Social score is going to go ahead and get. Now, within the phrase, but I would say 10 out of 10 within these pitches. The aspect, the fun factor is definitely pretty high off this album. Pitches like that has the aspect to like I was saying, good pitches about kind of keeping like Nirvana and Puddle and Mud, keeping folks like Nirvana and Puddle of Mud in mind, pitches like that amongst the fray, just like radio type appeal pitches like that. Now, it's not to say as if jacking those folks within that space just has, it's a good type fashion within the variety like that particular subgenre. So it's pitches like that, Sons type fairs, pitch a disc, particular songs that are kind of with, there's a few songs in here kind of amidst like the summer day type heat pitches like that, Sons type fairs as far as talking about. There's some backyard type songs on here, just traditional kind of new metal type fair like Godsmack and Korn, Sons type folks pitch like that, Linkin Park fairs like that. It's kind of variety as far as saying it's good type fairs to have like nachos, jalapenos, good products like that, spicy burritos, sense to baskets and tones, some of these type varieties. Also then pitch as far as saying some kind of neighborhood type romps, hitting up like food for less places like that, grocery type runs, in between type fair, picking up like Bay favors, pitches like that, sense type varieties, Smirnoff's fairs like that. Bay favors pitches like that, and it's also within the variety as far as saying paying attention like the product it is talking about within the particular aspect of just like music kind of transits with like some varieties that's kind of, it's just like a more light lick type variation of Nickelback and folks like Shinedown, folks like that, Sunset folks that are kind of getting towards those types of varieties, kind of the pitch where just a little bit more fiery kind of aspect with like the particular tone of like post-grunge type versus just the pitch, not quite as dredgy, not quite as disuniform towards the aspect, but Saxon type pitch just the variety as far as getting towards the Saxon type phrase within that. Good type pitch for that particular sparks is the pitch as far as saying the tear up is kind of on here, but not as much full bound. It's, like I said, it's more of a social kind of product. The aspect, the snap is kind of about it on here. The summer jaunts is just, it's good. Appreciate the weather pitch like that. The scenery is real nice. Just enjoy like the conduct of the day, kind of happy-go-lucky, not as much full-bound happy-go-lucky, but just kind of plucky fares like that. So just to pitch some of that type variety, kind of social tear-up pitch like that, some Smirnoff, some nachos, fares like that, good pitch. So within variety, so I would say either 9.75 or 10 social. I'm going to say 10 within the pitch, but just the aspect, like I said, the pitch behind some of these type ones with the aspects for us the fairs can have within like the chart appeal of these singles. They may not be as humongously kind of recognizable, like when you think it was sung by Korn, like particular like Freak on a Leash, or you think it was sung by Godsmack, like Realign, some of those type pitches, some of those type ones, or Serenity, some of those type pitches like that. It's kind of fair just paying attention. It's not as if they don't have the hit type appeal, but it's this kind of pitch. There just probably wasn't enough room on like the rock charts for like 5 number ones from each and every particular type band. So this is pitch, but they did have 3 charting singles, so it's good type pitch. This album went gold pitch like that, so some good type right. So I'm gonna say 10 social. In terms of the future, like the product behind it, particularly Smile Empty Soul at least has albums within the variety of, they have good varieties of albums into the 2020s pitches like that. So some further type phrase. I'm going to get to some of these folks more later within these pitch section type ones. This is an exciting type album. There's some gems on here, particularly some winners I'm going to fuck with definitely in the future, like Eraser and like songs like Eraser and Your Way, some of the pitches, and Bottom of a Bottle and Nowhere Kids are pretty excellent as well within these pitches. A good variety. I mean, the whole album is classic within these pitches, but playing these type varieties, this hitting type album, just familiar kind of nostalgia pitches like that, just has an excellent type aspects in the tone of just like some blisteringness.